You can use your report. Auditor, your comments on the response?
Subsequent years, they are doing that through bank. They are doing it through bank, but this time during the audit, they were doing it cash.
Chair, you know, Regulation 82 1B 2015 PFM Act is very clear. So if the auditor is telling me that if they're operating from a commercial bank account, I have a problem, you should be able to flag that, auditor.
So I would like the COB to give us a position about the bank account.
I wish to confirm that the county is operating in family bank for this particular fund. But from our comment here, according to Regulation 82, all funds at the county level should be operated at the Central Bank of Kenya.
If a county operates with cash, even us here in Parliament, we are paid in cash when they withdraw the money. The issue is accounting. If they account for it properly, then we're okay with it. If they don't account with it, then that's the problem.
Inaccuracies in transfer from county government, as disclosed in auditor the financial statements, the financial performance reflects an amount of 254,763,209 in respect of transfers from the county government. However, the view of the bank statements reflects receipts of transfers from the county government of an amount of 257,326,352, resulting to unexplained and unreconciled variance of 2,563,143. In the circumstances, the accuracy and the completeness of the transfer from the county government amount of 254,763,209 for the year ended 30th June 2022 could not be confirmed. Chair.
The difference between transfers from the county government amounting to 2,563,143 resulted from 559,143, which reached the bursary fund account on the 21st of July 2021 due to delays of exchequer releases. And if you look at the Appendix 1, these are attached notes to the financial statement, note 2, and bank statement extracts. Number 2, 4,000 shillings from reversal of a check from a beneficiary of Uhuru High School. That's see Appendix 2 attached here. That's the bank statement extract. 3, 2 million shillings was inter-entity borrowing for funds to support scholarship for students joining Form 1, as the fund had not received exchequer releases. So that you see Appendix 3 here attached, internal memo and bank statements extract. And I'll quickly also address the 2021. On chair, we agree with the audit finding, however, and that's on page 48, of our responses. On chair, we agree with the audit finding, however, the difference of 559,143 was received in the bank on the 21st of July 2021, while the financial statement is prepared as of 30th June 2021. The bank statement therefore could not reflect the figure. It was a reconciling item in the bank statement.
I think these are the results of this transaction. You find when the year crosses on 30th June, they are given a leeway of 3 weeks to transact outside the reporting period. And I think it needs to be addressed so that we follow the proper accounting standards of the time, the 12 months, June to July. July to June.
So these are the transactions that happen after
the reporting period.
15.
I'm concerned with the auditor comment that these are transactions which are taking place after the close of the financial year.
How do we stop this?
It's a concern because, as we can see, it's probably been running year in, year out. We are reorganizing ourselves and making sure that within these different funds, because obviously we can see there was a problem with accounting. We are making sure that we have very competent fund accountants who will be able to make sure that things are done properly. Previously, there were different ones who are probably not very competent, which is an issue, and it's quite obvious.
Unsupported scholarship and other educational benefits, as disclosed in Note 8, the financial statement. The statement of financial position reflect an amount of 254,763,209 in respect of scholarship and other educational benefits. However, the statement of financial performance disclosed in Note 8 reflect depreciation and amortization expenses amounting to 255,456,370. Further, the criteria and conditions used in awarding for awarding the scholarship and the bursaries were not provided for audit review. In addition, multiple bursaries amounting to 56,737,404 were awarded to 6,813 students, contrary to the Regulation 911 of the Public Finance Nakuru County Bursary Fund, Regulation 2015, which provides that the bursary will ordinarily be awarded for 1 year period, but may be reviewed in a case-by-case basis. Bursary recipients shall be selected on an objective and non-discriminatory basis. In the circumstances, the accuracy, validity, and the propriety of the scholarship and other educational benefits amount of 255,456,370 could not be confirmed.
Chair, we take responsibility as a county in that here we just used the standard template and did not customize as we should have. So we apologize for that. So, Honorable Chair, we agree with the auditor that at the time of the audit, we had no approved criteria and conditions for awarding bursaries. Honorable Chair, the anomaly in awarding multiple bursaries occurred because we had no approved guidelines as stated in place at that time.
It's also good to confirm from the governor, the multiple bursaries, did they really go to the students, or it was a conduit that people were sending money in the name of paying Kisang 3 bursaries, and maybe the money did not go to the institution, or it went and it was returned to some committee members? Could it have been fraud?
The accountants, do they have an ISPAC number? Are they members of ISPAC? Or they are just people who are given jobs to do because they are related to the who's who? The first half of 2023-2024, your county had allocated about 735 million to all these established funds. This is during your tenure. And if you look at that, in terms of budget performance, that is 3.2% increase from what had happened previous year. In bursary fund that we're looking at right now, you're actually allocated 443 million. This performance is even against the law in the sense that bursaries in its entirety is not your function. The CPIC is so big, and especially on something that I strongly believe that counties should not be running bursaries. Imagine if you were to channel this money to food security, for instance, in Nakuru County, or to channel it into ECDs in Nakuru County.
Now, a lot of it was not necessarily fraud in the sense of a kickback, like perhaps the senator was thinking. A lot of what it is maybe a child has been given 3,000 shillings for bursary in Ward A. So they then go to Ward B and apply for bursary before we were able to catch it. So that now instead of having 3,000, they end up perhaps with 6,000 towards maybe their 20,000 school fees. Perhaps it should be a national function. But if you tell me that counties, we should not be giving bursaries, I will wonder what I'm doing as a governor. And the reason being, you go into those villages and you have all these children who have not been able to report to school, all of them. I mean, a ton that it's actually overwhelming.
What will 3,000 pay for? It will not even pay for school uniform, even a shirt. Even transport, it will not pay.
A county led by a woman, we should see so many women accompanying you, because on the contrary, when men appear here, male governors, you know, they are always accompanied by their male colleagues.
As disclosed in Note 8 of the financial statements, reflects a scholarship and other educational benefits of an amount of 254,763,209, which include an amount of 4,013,000 in respect of payments to savings and credit cooperative societies and private companies. However, those payments were not related to the bursaries and are not supported with the documents, including county bursary committee minutes authorizing the payments and the receipts acknowledging those acknowledgement letters. In the circumstances, the propriety of the payments of an amount of 4,013,000 in respect of the payments to savings and credit cooperative societies and private companies could not be confirmed.
These were checks paid to secondary schools, driving schools, and other tertiary institutions that run accounts in the said SACCOs and cooperative credit societies. That I need your help as Senate. One, when we write a check, so say, okay, let me just use an example. We have high school X. So what we do is we have 20 children who we have given bursary who go to high school X. So we would then probably write a check for 200,000 to high school X and then have a list of all the kids. But I also see the problem, you know, once I give them the check, I have no control over where they bank it, right? Whether it's Bank A or a SACCO. But I also see the issue a bit with the SACCOs and the cooperatives. So perhaps there is a way a letter can be given to the heads of schools where they are required to have, you know, like how you say we should have commercial accounts, for example. Because I think there is some monkey business there, if I may call it that. I don't know. I hope you get me, Chair.
There's no problem in writing amount 1 million for the number of students of institution X with the admission number. Further to that, you can go a step ahead, ensure during the documentation process of the student, you also get their numbers if they are in a tertiary level because they have a contact. If they are in the secondary level, you get the parents' contact. So that in the issuance, then SMSs follow, indicating that student XX of this institution has received 10,000 from Nakuru County, so that the parent can be able to follow up when they're in that institution, because you might find scenarios whereby even principals of the institution have interest of their own students, and when these amounts come, they might decide to distribute it to their own beneficiaries. But when I receive an SMS as a beneficiary, I can be able to present myself and verify, and the county can also help me in that particular verification.
So before, maybe student X gets 5,000 shillings, but somehow they get there, their name is not there, so the name has been replaced, or the amount is not what we gave. But my issue back again to the SACCOs and the cooperatives, I don't think schools should be running their official banking using the SACCOs or cooperatives, but I don't have the power to say you can't. So what I was saying, once I give the check, it's out of my hands.
Paragraph number 2, lack of approved budget. During the year, during the audit, management did not provide an approved budget for the year under review, as required by Regulation 14(4) of the Public Finance Nakuru County Bursary Fund Regulations 2015, which provides that the annual estimates shall be approved by the committee before the commencement of the financial year to which they relate, and shall be submitted to the executive committee member for tabling in the county assembly for its approval. In the circumstances, the management was in breach of the law.
Since I've come into office, we have now made sure that this is happening, so we don't do things the way they were being done before.
The accounting officer who works in the fund must really be conversant with the fund rules and regulations, so that when a fund is, the budget is supposed to be approved by the county assembly, the executive and then the county assembly, then it should be approved in that manner.